Hi, I'm Ruth Ann. I don't like to cook, but I do like to make things taste good. So today I'm going to show you how to make a crumb cake. This was my mother's favorite easy cake, and so it's been a favorite of mine since I was a little girl. We start by greasing the pan. I've already turned the oven on to 375. I use the wrapper from the butter and rub it all over the bottom of the pan and the sides, and that will be enough to keep the cake from sticking. I start by taking the softened butter. I've already softened this in the microwave. And I take a large bowl and using my handy bowl scraper, put the butter in the big bowl. Then my favorite mixing spoon is this nice big long handled spoon. I need to put 1.5 cups of sugar in with the butter, and this is a 1/2 cup measure, so I want 3 of these in with the butter. I shake it like this to even it off. 1, 2, 3. So that's measured. Now I'm going to mix the sugar and the butter together. This is called creaming the butter and sugar together. I take it with, this is why it's handy to have a good sturdy long-handled spoon that I can get a good grip on. And I just kind of mash the butter down like this until it's all evenly mixed. Now the butter and sugar are creamed. You see how even it all looks. It's still a little stiff, but that's the way it should be for crumb cake. Just kind of zip like this. So now I'll put this down and I'll measure the flour. I need 3 cups of flour. I'm going to start with 2 cups in the flour sifter first. So the flour should be fluffed up when it's measured. That's why I fluff it up a little bit in the canister. And then I pour from this scoop into 1 cup, like that, until I have a heaped up cup. And then I scrape it off so I have a level cup. So there we have 1 cup. Two cups of flour. That's all the flour sifter will hold. Now we need 3 teaspoons of baking powder. We put that in with the flour, all 3 teaspoons. 1. Again, these are level, and this is the way you level them off. 2. 3. Okay, so I'm finished with the baking powder. I'm going to put right away in the cupboard out of my way, so I don't have to think about that anymore. I'm going to take the flour, the 2 cups of flour, and sift it into the butter-sugar mix. Now I need 1 more cup of flour, which I measure in the same old way. Fluff, 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 fluff. A little fluff more. 1 more cup of flour. Now I have a little flour left on the plate. I'm going to go back to the baking pan and put just a little of this flour on the pan and the rest in the big bowl. Now I take the pan and I shake this flour around like this until the bottom of the pan is coated with flour, and I'll put the rest in the bowl like that. And now I'm ready to mix all these dry things together, which is going to take me a couple minutes. I've finished mixing this together, and this is how it looks, all kind of crumbly and a little bit yellowed. That's the way it should be. Now we take out 3/4 of a cup of this for making the crumb topping. So I just spoon it into this measuring cup, Then I shake the cup until I've got a little bit more for 3/4. That's about right. Now, I'll set this aside and add some cinnamon to the crumb topping. I really like cinnamon, so I add at least 3 or 4 teaspoons. It's a matter of taste how much you add. I'll take a fork to stir this around. You can see you need to get all the way to the bottom with your fork so that the cinnamon is spread evenly through the crumbs, because it tends to stay a little white on the bottom. Whoops. There, I think I've got that. So now I set this aside and I'm ready to add the liquids to the big bowl. Now we'll go back to working with the big bowl. We'll add the eggs and the milk. I'll start by breaking the eggs one at a time into this bowl, because you want to break the eggs into something other than where they're going to end up, just in case you find one that's not good when you crack it open. This is a good one. I'm going to put it in with the milk and break the other one. Yep, that one's good too. I'm going to put them in with the milk and take the whisk, mix them up a bit. That's done. And now I just take all these liquids and pour it into the big bowl mixture here. Whoops, there we go. Looks like this, but with patience we'll be able to mix it up nice and smooth. It makes quite a stiff batter, but that's okay, don't worry about it.